Executive Director. Thanks for being here. I'm a dancer, so I would prefer to show this whole thing to you. So I have to get things out of the way, like I have a fan here, because I have hot flashes. So I'm just gonna say that right out loud. I move a lot. So just know that's gonna happen. There could be a dance. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you so much. This is a really cool event. And it's the 26th Annual Arts and Culture Awards. So thank you for keeping this time-honored tradition going along. Okay. It's really important to do these kinds of events because we get to celebrate art supporters, artists, visionaries. It's important to honor them so that we know it provides us a path for the future. We know what we want to keep doing by saying, hey, what you've done so far is really great, so that we can keep forging ahead. That's more important now than ever. And so in this tradition, we must honor the original stewards of this land and their descendants. The Missoula and Bitterroot Valleys are the original homelands of the Salish and Kootenai people that have inhabited this land since time immemorial. And to move from intention to impact, we're going to make a $500 donation to the Salish Language School, founded by Cheney Bell, Melanie Sandoval, Josh Brown, and Takini Pete 23 years ago in Arlee. They couldn't join us tonight, but there are brochures on your table. If you'd like to learn more about the good work that they're doing in Arlee, then please check that out. I'd like to thank Karen Moore and the Holiday Inn staff. How do we feel about this new location for this event, right? Cool. Okay, good. I like hanging out there and then coming in here. So, and then the Queens and Mr. G were in the corner, that string trio. They were amazing. Incidentally, Kira is also part of String Orchestra of the Rockies, so nice little crossover there. And then thank you to the Arts Missoula board who greeted you on your way in. They are just tireless in their efforts to help support Arts Missoula and all the things we do. And then Laura Bovard in the back there, my right-hand lady in this event. Thank you so much. And then we have Max Hill over here. Yes, a very talented photographer. Photographs all the things in town, so thank you, Max. And then we've got Engen and Ron in the back there. So if you don't get enough of tonight, you can watch it all again on Engen later on. So. And then thank you to our sponsors, Marsh McLennan and First Security Bank. You show us what a culture of philanthropy looks like, and we appreciate that. And then on here, I'm just going to pause for a second. Parkside Credit Union was also our business support of the art winner last year, and this year, they continue to give to our community in so many ways. They're auctioning off a diamond, or raffling a diamond, for us. So great. So you could buy raffle tickets for that diamond. It's going to be all through the summer. They're also benefiting an organization in the Flathead. So please buy a raffle ticket for Red Diamonds. It's quite lovely, from L&M Jewelry. And speaking of amazing humans that we have Maddie Gilbert over here. I know. She was our social media maven for New Year's Eve. And then I said, I like you a lot. I should make a job for you. And so she's now our marketing and communications person. Thank you, Maddie. She's amazing. And Maddie made a great little video about what Arts Missoula does. So please enjoy.
To our humanity, define us, and reflect our values.
Voiceover by Heidi Starrett, by the way. Missoula Broadcasting, The Trail, 145. Last year's winner.
Art is more than what we see. It's how we connect. It's how we celebrate. It's how we shape our future together. Arts connect us to our humanity, define us, and reflect our values. Through celebration, advocacy, and education, we ensure that the arts remain at the heart of our community. Arts Missoula ensures that creativity thrives in our community through celebration, education, and advocacy. Because when the arts flourish, so does Missoula. We celebrate the arts in ways that bring our entire community together. Each New Year's Eve, we host Missoula on Main, a citywide festival of art and culture that transforms downtown with music, performances, and creativity. At Germanfest, we raise a stein to our sister city, Neckargemünd, Germany. And in June, New Zealand Day, a lively partnership with the Missoula Maggots, keeping our international friendships alive through food, music, and tradition. And each year, we honor the visionaries, creators, educators, and businesses that shape Missoula's arts ecosystem at the Arts Missoula Annual Awards. We celebrate the arts because they bring us together. The arts are essential and should be accessible to everyone. Through Cultural Feast, we partner with the Missoula Food Bank, bringing free art experiences to children who might not otherwise have access, because every child deserves the chance to create. Our weekly newsletter keeps the community informed, connecting artists, businesses, and audiences to the creative economy in Missoula. And we're helping businesses and artists thrive by providing advertising assets and resources for the First Friday Gallery Walks, ensuring that creativity enhances our local economy for businesses and artists alike. Missoula is growing, and the arts must grow with it, and we must make sure the arts have a seat at the table. We work with the City of Missoula and Parks and Rec to shape the future of arts and culture in our community and plan for a future where the arts are a priority. And we are thrilled to support publicly displayed art, a future sculpture park, and arts and cultural planning work for the city. Our arts and economic prosperity surveys prove the value of the arts as a major economic driver. We partner with Americans for the Arts to advocate on a local, regional, and national level, making sure Missoula's creative voices are heard. And we support artists directly with the Momentum Artist Program, featuring artist grants, pop-up gallery opportunities, professional development workshops, and an artist directory that connects talent with opportunity and audiences with the arts. The Arts Missoula Directory app puts it all together at your fingertips, from the First Friday schedule to artist calls, public art maps, and even ATM and restroom locations. Because experiencing the arts should be easy and welcoming for all. Arts Missoula knows that the arts are essential, not a luxury, and it makes our city stronger. We celebrate, advocate, and educate because creativity is what makes Missoula, Missoula. Your support ensures that art remains accessible, vibrant, and at the center of our community. Together, let's make Missoula a masterpiece.
Can someone check in with the Holiday Inn and the audio? Shannon, do you think you can find somebody? Sure. So if you make that a little louder. Thank you. Board member, hard at work, never rest. Thank you. I'm also thrilled to share that we're entering a new chapter at Arts Missoula. We're going to start a reimagined membership program. We used to have one a long time ago, but it's time to get that going again. We're going to make it fresh, relevant, and designed for the community's needs. Membership will be more than a donation. It will be a powerful way to make connections between artists and audiences, and as a way to help stabilize our organization. To stay in the loop, please subscribe to our newsletter or follow us on social media. You'll hear all about as we roll that out. And we have some other big announcements on the horizon, including some new staff, because we're just a teeny tiny staff now, and we're hoping to be more of a larger staff here very soon in the future. And now I would like to introduce our very special guest, Mayor Andrea Davis, who has recently received some national recognition of her own, was recognized as USA's Today's one of 50 women of 2025. Congratulations. And we've asked her here today to share her thoughts on the arts in Missoula and share some exciting news. Come on up.
Thank you. Well, thanks everybody. Wow, are you awake? I think you can hear me okay, right? So the sound is working, check, check. All right. Thank you so much for being here with you this evening. Heather, thank you for the invitation to share a few words, and I appreciate very much the recognition. I'm honored to be part of an amazing group of women from around the country, and you can imagine that those women are doing all sorts of things, including good work like that is happening in this audience. There's a ghost. I just might have messed that up. I apologize. So I just want to say how lucky I feel to be the mayor of Missoula. We are the cultural hub and the hub of vibrancy for the state of Montana. We really are a place that stands out when it comes to free expression, the ability for people to come together, for cultural magnetism. I was at a recent event where there was artists that were selling their wares, and they said to me, and they were from that other town over the hill there, you know, they have a university there too. And they said, Missoula just is so much more supportive of their artists. It's really an artist scene here. And you know it is. I mean, as many of you know, that is exactly why so many of you have chosen Missoula, either as your chosen home, or as you were, if you were fortunate to be born here. This is a place where you have been able to grow up alongside and with artists and culture in ways that help us express ourselves. I do have some exciting news that I do believe you are the first audience to hear this evening, which is that I'm happy to announce that I will soon appoint a blueprint committee to begin shaping Missoula's first arts and culture plan in over 30 years. I want to thank Heather Adams and the board members of Arts Missoula for the encouragement for us at the city to see how we can partner on this endeavor to help the community plan what is our next step in terms of not simply being a planning document, but it will be a living, actionable roadmap created by and for the people of Missoula, designed to guide our collective efforts over the next decade and how we can best support artists and the creative community. And that is something that is very important to me personally and the city of Missoula, because we recognize that as the community changes and our economy changes, that it can be difficult to make a living as an artist in Missoula. And we want to make sure that we are helping artists continue to thrive here, because you as artists help Missoula thrive. So something I just, to go along those lines, I mean, the arts are not just what we do or what you do, that defines who we are. And it reflects Missoula's spirit, diversity, and identity. Supporting artists and arts organizations is about more than creativity. It's about community building. And if we can see that just looking across the room here. Heidi, I don't think you could have said it any better for that video, really. It's truly helps make Missoula a masterpiece. The arts bring people together across all kinds of backgrounds and beliefs and experiences, and it's really through arts and expression that oftentimes we are able to have very contemporary, challenging conversations that enable us to grow as a society. I am from a family of artists. My father is a ceramicist, and I have always reflected on what that provided for me. When I was a kid, I didn't think it was so cool because I had to schlep around all those pots and sell them at different craft fairs, and it wasn't easy, but it was something that helped both me as a child understand what it meant to create something that is so personal and to be able to share that message with the world. I do think that it has helped me be who I am today. I sit now in my office in City Hall, and I get to see Dorothy the Dragon right out from my window. And I have to tell you just how much that inspires me, because it lifts my spirit. It makes me realize that, there's more than just what this thing is that's in my mind, this difficult challenge that I'm trying to work on. I can actually look at that and feel inspired for what the community is asking of me as your mayor, and that's really what the arts provides us. Creativity unlocks doors in ways that truly provides innovation and things that help us, really help us be all we can be. So in terms of Missoula being a thriving community, it is because of the arts and culture and because of what we experience together. I want to thank Heather Adams and the board members of Arts Missoula for your continuing dedication to this work, And all of you, congratulations to those that are receiving awards tonight. It is so well deserved. Thank you for your continued contribution to our community, and I look forward to celebrating with you. Thank you for having me.
When she has hard questions, she's looking at a dragon. It's good to know. It's very good to know. Thank you so much. Next, I'd like to invite our 2024 New to the Zoo Award winner, and that is Michael Rode. Michael is the Director of CoLab for Civic Imagination at the University of Montana. His practice over 30 years has been all about collaborations, artistic practice, and civic imagination. He has a long history of placing arts in the conversation next to public engagement, community planning, and cross-sector coalition building. So, please, a few words.
Thanks, Heather. I want to get used to this mic, which is very loud. Heather invited me to speak for a moment about the Arts and Culture Plan and connect that to the moment that we're in our nation and in our community and what it can mean to do an Arts and Culture Plan right now. Mary Davis, it's nice to have you here and hear you speak about the importance of that. So I'm also a member of the committee that's going to work on the Arts and Culture Plan. I'm really proud about that and really excited about that. I, alongside many others here in this room, recently had National Endowment for the Arts funds pulled from a nonprofit arts organization I'm part of. Like a lot of folks here, that loss was painful and impactful on all of our work. But the story I want to tell for a moment in response is not about how the arts are being decimated, nor about free speech, nor cultural expression. I want to tell the story, standing here in Missoula, of how artists are walking alongside and in solidarity with public health workers, and educators, and park employees, and mental health providers, and scientists, and civil rights lawyers, and advocates across America, whose fields are being dismantled. Not just to aggregate power, not just to consolidate control, not just to squash dissent, but to destroy the notion that civic care is part of our government's contract with its people. And to panic us into erupting field by field, industry by industry, rather than looking across rooms, networks, and geographies to see millions of people and institutions being shuttered, hobbled, shamed, who all share a common set of beliefs. We in this room share a common set of beliefs. Public good is a worthy purpose. Creativity is a human need, and care is at the heart of any society that names justice, liberty, freedom, or greatness as a central purpose. We, celebrating tonight, share those beliefs. Building an arts and culture plan at this moment is a freaking gift. It gives us an opportunity amidst national tumult to narrate how we want arts and culture to be seen, to articulate how we want to connect the arts to the everyday lives of everyone in our community and in every sector, to declare how we want arts participation to be woven into our community at every fabric. When we get the chance to build an arts and culture plan for this city, we can make it count. Chicago did it 6 or 7 years back. Los Angeles, Milwaukee, Baton Rouge, Utica, Mississippi, Edinburgh, Texas. Each of their plans recently made a difference in terms of resources and collaboration and public awareness, in terms of connections across fields and industries. The arts, as our mayor just attested to, have always been and will always be a critical part of civic care in every place, and that is certainly the case here in Missoula, Montana, where tonight we will be reminded over and over by our outstanding honorees that this city has cultural treasures and stewards committed to creativity, excellence, and yes, civic care. So the funding hits we are taking right now, they are not limited to the field represented in this room. But when we make our arts and culture plan, when we stand up and reach out and speak out about the importance of arts and culture, we do it as part of a bigger story. An arts-rich community is a healthier community. Artists, alongside our colleagues and friends and family members who commit their daily work to health and education and research and service and community development, help keep this community vital and healthy, as it does communities across our state and our nation. This plan gives us a chance, all together, to listen, to imagine, to make that case, and tell that story. Thanks.
That's so exciting. We're so excited to be a part of that planning process. And we have such an incredible community that it will work, and it will pull us together, and it will help change the course of our community, regardless of what's happening outside of 59801, 2, 3, and 4. Some quick updates that were not in that video about Arts Missoula. This year has been dynamic and changing, of course. We've renewed our focus on advocacy, as you might imagine. Signature events like Missoula on Main, German Fest, First Friday, Dancing with the Stars have all brought the community together in celebration of local creativity, and it's been really, really wonderful. Our incubator programs, some of whom are in the room tonight, All City Jazz, Wheels on the Bus, No Joke Theater, Sculpture Missoula, and Grow Music Missoula, have nurtured emerging talent here in Missoula and fostered engagement across the city. And we're thrilled that we get to add another fiscal sponsee to our incubator program, Viva Montana, and it will be a Latin American Heritage Festival in the fall at Harris Park. Good food, good music, salsa, bachata, it's gonna be amazing. So, we're really excited that we get to help new projects, right, and give them the support that they need to get rolling on their own. We've reimagined some of our services. I think you saw that in the video. The Momentum Artist Program, where we're taking our artist grants, our professional development, the resource mapping, and the resource sharing, and making that a real focus. In response to the proposed cuts for the federal to NEA, NEH, and IMLS, we're taking a more leading role in statewide in our advocacy efforts. We partner with Americans for the Arts, and we continue to be the district captain for the state, talking to legislators as often as possible, and just making sure that they're informed about how the things that they're considering have an impact on our local community. So what did you do last week? We've been busy. It's been a really wonderful year, but we have a lot of really exciting things ahead of us. And enough about that. So we're here tonight to celebrate really wonderful humans. This event goes back to 1999, and it has always been a way to honor individuals and organizations that are outstanding in their work with arts and humanities and made significant impacts to the quality of life here in Missoula. We received so many nominations from the community. The board of directors takes those nominations and then they vote. It's really incredibly difficult every single year because everyone is so deserving. So if you've nominated someone and they didn't win, nominate again. So we're really, really happy we get to do this tonight. Our first awardee is the Arts Educator Award. Honors an outstanding educator who has devoted a career to teaching and making a significant impact through the arts education. Our award winner was nominated by Susan Haypatrick of United Way, who of course wrote the most excellent recommendation. Let's learn a little bit more about our awardee.
A mentor, an advocate, and a force for creative education. Please join us in honoring Rosie Seitz Ayers, the recipient of the 2025 Arts Educator Award. Rosie's journey in the arts began early, growing up on the Grand Street Theater stage in Helena. With parents who were educators, she developed a deep respect for teaching and the transformative power of storytelling. She pursued her craft with dedication, earning a BFA in theater and an MA in integrated arts in education from the University of Montana, an academic foundation that has fueled her decades-long commitment to arts education. As the K-8 theater teacher at Sussex School, her students discover confidence, collaboration, and the ability to express themselves through performance. She fosters creativity, encourages risk-taking, and helps young minds find their voices through the power of storytelling. Her classroom is a space where students feel seen, heard, and empowered. Rosie's impact extends far beyond the classroom. Over the years, she's worked as an actor, director, and producer with Montana Repertory Theater, Missoula Community Theater, Montana Shakespeare Company, and Teresa Waldorf's Summer Theater Camp, and many others. Her extensive experience across professional and community theater makes her uniquely qualified to nurture the next generation of artists. She understands that theater is a vehicle for connection, empathy, transformation, and how to build community through laughter and love. Rosie's dedication to the arts is matched by her commitment to advocacy. In Every Brilliant Thing, a deeply moving production that illuminated the conversation around mental health and suicide prevention, she brought humor and levity to the stage. Her performances were raw, heartfelt authenticity that resonated with audiences and made its message more accessible across Montana. She and her project partner, Ryan Egensberger, sparked vital dialogue across the state. Her leadership in Project Tomorrow Montana carries this mission forward, ensuring that these conversations translate into meaningful action in suicide prevention. Beyond her work in theater, Rosie has been a pillar of Spark Arts Ignite Learning, ensuring that every elementary and middle school student in Missoula County has equitable access to arts education. Through Spark, she's helped integrate the arts into core curricula, ensuring that creativity is treated as an essential part of a well-rounded education. Rosie also brings joy to the stage in unexpected ways. As a performer in Laugh United, a fundraiser for United Way, countless stand-up comedy shows, and independent theater productions, she's proved the profound way that laughter can bring people together. Her comedic brilliance and community-focused heart make her an invaluable presence in every production she touches. Rosie embodies the very essence of this award. A teacher, an artist, a community leader, and a champion for creative education. Her career is a testament to the power of the arts to inspire, heal, and unite. Tonight we celebrate her contributions and the legacy she continues to build. Congratulations, Rosie.
Welcome to the stage, Rosie.
Well, I did not approve all those pictures. I've always wanted my own Dateline weapon. I love this thing. Just tuck my shirt back in, make sure my tatas are in. All right, we're good. Oh my Lord. I'm overwhelmed. Okay. I am not a natural optimist, and having looked at those pictures, I don't think you'd know that. Teresa knows I'm always about worst case scenarios, and I don't usually write my speeches down either. I did that today, and I definitely feel like I'm preaching to the choir. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Michael. I adore you both. I did vote for you. P.S. I told a lot of people to vote for you. Forced every one of my humans to. I think they would have anyway. But thank you to my family for being here. Thank you to the whole community for helping my family be here. And just know that my alarm's going to go off at 6 o'clock to make sure my husband gets his meds, and soon after that I'm going to tell him probably he should go home. Before I begin this speech, I just also wanted to tell you that my first, oh my God, I haven't even begun it? Oh, that's bad. I only have 5 minutes. My first speech was just a long list of thank yous, because this entire room and this entire community is absolutely filled to the brim with people who have helped me to get here. I do not do any of this alone. But being only a 5-minute speech, I'm going to ask you, I'm inviting you to come visit with me at my home. Most of you know where I live. It's easy to find my phone number. It's probably on the bathroom wall. At my school, Sussex, that's given me a home. I've been at the Teach Academy this year and in the public schools. On our theaters and our events. And you can look deeply in my heart and I can tell each one of you what you mean to me. But I stand here tonight as a teaching artist, a director, and a survivor, not to ask for your attention, but to remind you who we are. We have always been here. No matter what funding is cut or legislation is passed, the arts are a central part of our existence. Yeah, that's a period. Missoula is my home, and Montana, this wild, wide, full of stories state, is the one that I serve. But it reaches beyond, my work reaches beyond those borders. I carry the responsibility and honor of raising up the next generation of great humans and artists. And make no mistake, this is not soft work. This is frontline work. This is resistance. This is salvation. This is not soft work. The arts are suicide prevention. They are not decoration, they're a necessity, a shield and a sword. They help our youth to breathe and our elders to speak. They bind fractured hearts back together. In every classroom, on every stage, in every act of creation, whispered monologue or artistic movement, we are building protective factors against despair, against division, against forgetting who we are. I was so humbled when Heather Adams called me about this award to hear that Susan Haypatrick had nominated me, made me feel like a local celebrity. 3rd place with Joy French in Dancing with the Stars. Yes. I'm so humbled. That's why I took 3rd. I just wanted to make sure you knew that. But honestly, my first thought was, why is this not Teresa Waldorf? Teresa has been my mentor for nearly 30 years. She guided and challenged and carried the torch of theater education in this community with tireless devotion. She taught me that empathy is the engine of theater. Learning to walk in someone else's shoes, it's not just an acting tool, it's a human one. Greg Johnson, another mentor of mine and dear friend of Susan's, taught me that every play is about love, not just romance. No, but the kind that holds communities together. Love for self, of family, God, whatever. Even the love that we've lost. Theater is love. It is empathy. I don't say that as a theory. I say it from experience. The arts didn't just inspire me, they saved my life. Not metaphorically, literally. I have been deeply lost. I have known silence, addiction, trauma. But art brought me back every time. A stage, a story, a connection, a second or 17th chance, for that matter. In theater, we triple our power when we come together. Talented theater designers. Michael Ayers, it's 6 o'clock. Talented theater designers paint with light and sound. Set builders make dreams with wooden nails. Costumers transform the ordinary into breathtaking. Technicians move mountains in the dark. Okay? And actors offer their souls for us to see ourselves more clearly. But the audience, you are the final ingredient. Together we enter the dark, and together we emerge changed. Even today, I wish these lights were down a little more. I'm just going to say that right now. Used to a spotlight. Arts education. Just a note for next year. Arts education, I'm almost done. See, look at how short it is. Arts education puts weight into creativity, critical thinking, empathy, problem solving, and civic engagement. It builds individuals and community. And P.S., it needs your support. That's why we're all here. We already know that. Right? If you have influence, please use it. I've made it easy for you. In fact, I created a one-pager. Okay? I created just one little document, no big deal. Okay? So take it to your next board meeting, staff meeting, coffee with friends. Make a plan. Help the arts expand, not contract. Michael Road, maybe you want to just pass those out for me. That'd be really helpful. Yeah. One for every table, 2 for the mayor. This award does not belong to me alone. It belongs to every student who stood up and spoke their truth, especially this year. Man, I had a bunch. To every community member who said, yeah, we need that, especially those who gave their time and their money. It belongs to my fellow educators and artists who stay up late, try again, give more, fight harder. So I say this with purpose and staggering gratitude. We are not small, we are not extra, we are essential, we are warriors of wonder, and we will not go quietly. Thank you.
Someone please nominate Teresa Waldorf next year. I'll be sprinkling some thank yous throughout the evening. I want to thank the University of Montana Entertainment Management Program. We worked with 3 students, Marcy, Colin, and Jonathan, on the scripts, the program, graphic design, our community art project out there, and raffle ideas. And then I also want to thank Tom Benson, who introduced me to Peggy Kuiper. Where are you, Tom? Where did I put you? Where'd you go? Tom's gone. Okay. So thank you, Tom. Oh, great. Thank you, Tom, for introducing me to Peggy to get that collaboration going. I think it's going to be a lot of really wonderful things that helps expand our capacity when we have extra people, and it's great to mentor as well. Our next award is the Cultural Vision Award. And this is awarded to a person or an organization that has developed a special project or program demonstrating unique artistic vision. Thank you to Royce Engstrom for nominating our next awardee.
Missoula is a city where the arts are not just appreciated, they're lived in. Tonight we celebrate an ensemble that has elevated the community's cultural heartbeat for 4 decades through the sheer beauty of strings and collaboration. We are honored to present the Cultural Vision Award to the String Orchestra of the Rockies. This conductorless chamber ensemble is both world-class and deeply rooted in our region. With a rotating ensemble of 15 professional musicians from Montana and beyond, String Orchestra of the Rockies has defined what classical music can look and feel like in the Mountain West. Founded on the idea that every musician has a voice, the string orchestra operates without a conductor, relying instead on precision, listening, and unity to achieve a breathtaking synergy on stage. Under the artistic direction of Maria Larionov, a gifted violinist and artistic leader from Seattle, String Orchestra of the Rockies has brought a fresh, inventive energy to Missoula's music scene. Each season, they present 5 highly anticipated concerts, filling the University of Montana's music recital hall to maximum capacity. Their performances are experiences of elegance, emotion, and intimacy. Nonetheless, their influence extends far beyond the stage. The orchestra has been heard across Montana on network television's People and Places Under the Big Sky, on NPR's Performance Today, as well as regional tours across Montana and Washington. Every year, the String Orchestra invites internationally acclaimed guest artists, offering Missoula audiences a world-class sound and UM students a front row seat to excellence through masterclasses and mentorship. They also host a beloved side-by-side performance where college and high school musicians perform shoulder to shoulder with professionals, nurturing the next generation's confidence, talent, and aspiration. From free summer concerts designed to welcome families and children to a newly launched regional tour that will reach Billings, Hamilton, and Victoria, the String Orchestra of the Rockies continues to grow and give back. They've also made a direct investment in the future of music through an annual scholarship for a University of Montana student, underscoring their role as cultural stewards. As they celebrate their 40th anniversary season, String Orchestra of the Rockies stands as a model of artistic excellence, educational outreach, and collaborative innovation. Their performances are timeless, their mission is inspiring, and their presence in Missoula ensures that orchestral music remains vital, dynamic, and beautifully alive. We are proud to honor the String Orchestra of the Rockies with the 2024 Cultural Vision Award for their dedication to elevating music in Montana and for showing us what vision sounds like.
Maria Larionov and Margaret Baldridge, come on up. Thank you. Congratulations. Maria is the orchestra leader and Margaret Baldridge is a musician.
Thank you, my friends. Reading glasses. It has been a privilege for the past 7 years to serve as the artistic director of the String Orchestra of the Rockies. And on behalf of all of us, our musicians, our board members, our volunteers and supporters, we thank you for this wonderful award. The richness and the diversity of the cultural and musical life in Missoula, and the enthusiasm, the curiosity, and the discernment of the audience has served as an inspiration to all of our SOR musicians to continually strive for musical excellence at every performance. We have just played the final concert of our 40th anniversary season, and we have some really exciting plans for our 41st year, including, as you just heard, a week-long regional tour, which will take us across the state of Montana to Billings and down in the Bitterroot Valley. And we are featuring several internationally renowned soloists and some very distinguished local soloists as well, along with our annual Next Gen Side-by-Side student concert. And my esteemed colleague, Dr. Margaret Baldridge, is going to talk to you about our student outreach programs. So thank you again.
So I am the leader of the String Orchestra of the Rockies, which is really just a term for helping Maria. I've been in the orchestra since 1992, and this is a real honor to receive the award on behalf of the String Orchestra of the Rockies, past, present, and future players. And one of the missions that we are most proud of is our commitment to giving back to the community, especially to our next gen players from Montana high schools and universities. Through master classes, and you saw some of the photos with our guest artists, through master classes with our guest artists, side-by-side concert events with the next gen players, and the yearly $1,000 scholarship that is awarded to a University of Montana string student, we give these young musicians a chance to be taught by and play next to seasoned professionals. We foster not only their love and passion for music, but we train them to become collaborative musicians with experiences that they can take into their future. Many of our current orchestra members are former students of SOR players. So through these community outreach activities, we are also developing our own future orchestra members. We are excited to have finished our 40th season and look forward to the next years of music making. Thank you, Arts Missoula, for this honor.
take a quick moment to talk about our Artist Grant Program and this year's recipients. This fund was established to provide grants to local artists so that they can continue to live and work here and make a positive impact on the community through their talent and creativity. This year we congratulate Taylor Stein, Caitlin Radloff, and Craig Mentier, who I think are all here. Will you wave? Taylor's over there somewhere. Caitlin's over there. Craig is over there. Congratulations. Craig would like more applause, please. And then also our micro grants winners. This is a new thing for us. Micro grants, smaller grants, really just help. It's like seed money to get a project going, right? Or professional development. It's fairly open-ended how they'll use the money. That is to Dre Castillo, Das Canales, Abby French, and Leonardo Cali. So we're thrilled to support artists actively. Thank you very much. Thank you to WGM Group, who helped us fund this grant this year, and then also Missoula Gives. That's typically what we're doing with that money from Missoula Gives, is that we're putting it toward our artist grant. So thank you for your support for that. If you would like to learn more about these artists, you could go to our website, which isn't great, but I'm going to tell you a little bit more about that here soon. But you can go to the Arts Missoula directory app. If you don't have that app, there's the QR code. I'll wait. Okay, fine. And it's also, there's a QR code in your program on your site. If you're really not into like apps and things like that, I totally get it. It's pretty cool though. Missoula has like over 200 pieces of publicly displayed art in and around the city. So that has a directory of all those pieces, and we're adding more all the time. So you can figure out who did the work, who commissioned the work, how it got done. That's really important stuff. It's a great way to honor the artists that are working in our community. There's also an artist directory that we're growing all the time. There's a First Friday gallery guide. It's the first step in a lot of work of resource mapping, but this is part of the work that we're doing, and resource sharing. And on that note, we're excited to announce that we're going to be working on a new website. I know, it's perfect the way it is. It's just great. It looks awesome on a phone. Yeah, it doesn't, but we know that, and we're going to work on it. And it's going to be a really, really amazing place. It's going to have amazing directories of all the things arts in Missoula, and then maybe beyond at some point. Our next award, the Individual Artist Award, is presented to someone who has shown exceptional achievement in either music, visual art, dance, film, theater, or literature. Thank you for the nomination, Teresa Cox. Let's learn a little bit more about this winner.
Tonight, the Individual Artist Award is presented to John Thompson, a Missoula artist whose legacy is joy, whimsy, and community. John Thompson is a sculptor, carver, teacher, storyteller, and a family man whose creativity has left a lasting imprint on the cultural heart of Missoula. When John and his family moved to Missoula, he was an accomplished printmaker with a passion for intaglio etching and a wide range of artistic media. A pivotal moment came when he was asked to sketch a horse, and that drawing would open the door to something extraordinary. That drawing led to his involvement in designing and eventually carving the whimsical creatures for one of Missoula's most cherished publicly displayed art projects, a carousel for Missoula, the largest public art initiative in Montana. As lead artist and designer, John helped create over 40 unique hand-carved carousel animals. It was the first hand-carved wooden carousel built in the United States in over 60 years. His art transformed what could have been a simple ride into a national model of community creativity and collaboration. John says, "I couldn't resist the lure of carving and joined in the efforts to create and design the horses. The wedding ring Thompson wears is the same ring a rider can find on the dragon's hand when they reach up to grab a ring. Not just Thompson's family has hidden treasures in these horses. Many are adopted by different families and organizations, creating a web of shared ownership and civic pride that is uniquely Missoula." In his own words, John's legacy to his children and grandchildren is his work for the Missoula Carousel. It is a living, thriving piece of the community that will outlast us all, carrying forward the values of craftsmanship, imagination, and connection that John holds dear. John's work did not end with the carousel. Over the last 25 years, his passion evolved from wood to stone. In marble, alabaster, limestone, and soapstone, he brings to life fantastical creatures, dragons, skateboarding birds, and rocking critters, each full of humor and heart. His stone studio, co-founded with his good friend Adrian, hums with laughter, teaching, and flying marble dust. John's sculptures live in public and private spaces across the US and Europe, in hospitals, clinics, playgrounds, and of course, at home on the carousel. He generously shares his skills, leading workshops, carving symposiums, and mentoring artists of all ages. He believes that creating art makes us better people and lives by that belief daily. Tonight, we celebrate an artist who has dedicated his life to family, laughter, connection, and community. His legacy is etched in stone and wood, and he has inspired and influenced others to carve, create, and believe in their imagination. Please join us in celebrating John Thompson, the 2025
Well, this is, they told me to have fun. I'm not having fun yet. But she's the only reason I could do this. She's been my support for 50 years. Anyway, thank you. Thanks, Arts Missoula. Thank you, Teresa. You always like embarrassing me. Anyway, so there's so many great artists in Missoula. I'm not sure how I got here. I guess it was because of the carousel. But yeah, the carousel kind of, well, you saw the goofy images. It kind of gave me an excuse to keep doing those. Yeah, I'm not a speaker, and Rosie used all the good words. So, anyway. Yeah. So I realized my art wasn't going to, save the world or change the world much, so I was just going to have fun with it. And again, Kathy made it possible by supporting. And the life of an artist is not a bad life. I've got a really good friend, Mickey, that is a painter, and he says, when the toughest decision you have to make in a day is what color is going to go good with that orange, that's not a bad day. So that's pretty fun. Yeah, a good friend of mine, an artist, we were having a discussion about once a month we get together and we sit and have a beer and talk about art, and he was kind of giving me a hard time because my art, he said, I wasn't respecting my art. I won't say any names, but he's sitting at this table. Anyway, he said, he saw this beautiful piece of marble and the kids were crawling on it and drooling on it and kicking it and sitting on it. And he says, that's not respect. I said, what do you want him to do, stand back and just say, ooh and ah? Because there's too much precious art. And it was getting more respect and love that way. And anyway, in the group is another artist friend of ours, and he's sitting there very quietly, and he doesn't say a lot, and goes around the table, and people talk about it, and finally he says, he agrees with me, he understands what our friend was saying about my art should be respected, but it was made for the purpose of having kids crawl on it and sit on it, and he said, let's just face it, John just makes furniture for kids. So the carousel was great at that. So anyway, yeah. I don't know. In my notes, I wrote these today. So anyway, yeah, and they said 5 minutes. Have I got 5 minutes yet? I just want to thank everybody again, the Arts Missoula, and especially my wife and family, because they put up with a lot, and now they got kids riding the carousel. This guy sitting down here, he was like that big when we started. Now his kids are that big and bigger, and we're still down there playing with it. And like I said, that I think that's the largest public art piece in the state of Montana, and it was done by all volunteers, and we're celebrating 30 years. So that carousel, changed my life and a lot of other lives. So that was pretty fun. There's one other thing I want to leave you with is I think you've all been to sports, football games, basketball games, and the guy makes a basket and he celebrates and like he saved the world. And football players make a tackle. That's their job, but they celebrate like it's just wonderful. So I want every artist, musician, everybody, when they do a final, they get a final product, something they do, they should have an end zone celebration. And I'm not much of a dancer, but I think everybody should do that and celebrate. So when I finish a piece, a lot of times I'll run out in the street and I'll dance a little bit. And the neighbors all think I'm nuts, but I think we should push that the artist should do that too. So, anyway, thanks again. All right?
In theater, we kind of do have an end zone. It's just right behind the grand curtain. So if you go to a theater, the grand curtain is pulled. The actors, probably before curtain goes up, are back there, like doing little dances. Just so you know, that does happen. It's kind of an end zone. We're going to get right to our next award, the Business Support of the Arts Award. This was first given in 2004 to honor local businesses that have made significant contributions to Missoula's art and cultural organizations. Nominated by Linda McCarthy from Downtown Missoula Partnership, who incidentally nominated last year's winner as well. It's like she knows something about business, maybe, just a little bit. So let's learn a little bit more about our Business Support of the Arts winner.
Art is more than decoration. It is dialogue, connection, and a reflection of the human experience. Tonight, we honor Lisa Simon and Jason Neal, the visionaries behind Radius Gallery and Radius Clay, as the recipients of the 2025 Business Support of the Arts Award. Since founding Radius Gallery in 2014, Lisa and Jason have worked to create a space where artists can thrive, where conversations about creativity flourish, and where the arts remain a vital part of Missoula's cultural fabric. Their motto, "Live with Art," is not just a phrase, it's a philosophy that encourages people to integrate art into their lives in meaningful ways. Since the establishment of the Archie Bray Foundation 75 years ago, Montana has been a nucleus for cutting-edge ceramic arts. And every year, Radius Gallery offers a wide variety of superbly crafted functional and sculptural artworks that collectively demonstrate the extraordinary potential and versatility of the medium. Through First Friday gallery walks, artist talks, unique curated events, and the widely popular holiday show, Lisa and Jason have fostered opportunities for artists and audiences to connect, celebrate creativity, and engage in dialogue about the role of art in our community. Situated as it is on the ancestral territories of the Salish and Upper Kalispel peoples, Radius Gallery is committed to illuminating the vital, progressive, ambitious works of indigenous artists who are so essential to shaping Montana's vibrant contemporary art scene, highlighting work of many, including Aspen Decker, Monica Gills Brings Yellow, Stella Nall, and many others. Lisa and Jason have also explored themes of scale, nature, and perspective in exhibitions such as In Praise of Small Things, which celebrated the intricacy of small-scale works, and Earth and Sky, which invited artists to interpret the elements in new and unexpected ways. These exhibitions demonstrate their ability to create thoughtful curation that inspires and engages. Beyond exhibitions, Radius Gallery has become a hub for community art discussions, fostering conversations about creativity, storytelling, and artistic expression. Through forums and events, Lisa and Jason encourage dialogue about how art shapes lives, challenges perspectives, and brings people together. Their dedication to supporting artists extends beyond the gallery walls. They've built relationships with creators across the Pacific Northwest, expanding opportunities for local artists while bringing new voices into Missoula's art scene. Their ability to provide a welcoming and dynamic space for artists has strengthened the artistic ecosystem in our city. Even in times of uncertainty, Lisa and Jason have remained steadfast in their mission. When the pandemic forced galleries to close, Radius Gallery adapted, finding innovative ways to connect artists with audience through virtual exhibitions, and online engagement. Their resilience ensured that art remained a vital part of Missoula's cultural fabric, even when the world seemed to pause. Tonight, we celebrate their vision, their passion, and their unwavering support of artists and the arts. Lisa Simon and Jason Neal, your work has enriched Missoula's creative community, giving artists opportunities, audiences meaningful connections, and the arts a stronger presence in our city. Congratulations on this well-deserved honor.
Congratulations.
Well, thank you all so much. Thank you, Arts Missoula. Thank you, Linda, for nominating us. Lisa and I are happy to accept this award on behalf of Radius Gallery, but of course Radius Gallery is something much bigger than the two of us. So first off, I want to acknowledge our wonderful staff, Elena and Jonathan, who are sitting over there. And also Megan and Ted, who I guess couldn't be bothered to come here tonight, so they're fired. We're down to two. No. They're really a terrific group, and they're so essential to Radius Gallery's success. You know, Lisa and I want everyone who comes into the gallery to have a rich and engaging experience, and this staff makes that happen day in and day out. They do it with true enthusiasm and skillfulness, dedication and good humor, and we appreciate them so much. I also want to acknowledge Brian and Karen Sippy, who are also sitting over there. What, do you know them already? Or? Brian and Karen developed the architectural jewel boxes that Radius and Radius Clayworks occupy. They have been not only great supporters of the gallery since its early days, but in a multitude of ways they've been hands-on advocates for the arts in this town. 120 and 124 North Higgins are testaments to their pride in and devotion to Missoula. These two walk the walk, and we're very thankful for all that they've done. Of course, when people come to Radius Gallery, they come to see art. So most of all, of course, I want to acknowledge the hundreds of artists whose work has graced the gallery, and in particular, the 50 or so who we've had ongoing partnerships with, in some cases going back to the beginning, some 11 years ago. Artists provide the gallery's lifeblood. They're the hardest working people I know. And artists, more than anyone, have shaped Radius into its current state, nudging its evolution this way and that, opening our minds to what a gallery can and should be in this little mountain town. Two artists I want to mention specifically are James G. Todd and Susan Ralston Carlson, who each passed away quite recently. These two artists couldn't be more different in terms of what they made or how they approached art making, yet each of them influenced the gallery tremendously at different key stages of our development. Through their artwork and their partnerships with Radius, they helped forge the gallery's identity. They made what was so important to us important to them, and that is a gift beyond measure. We're forever grateful for their friendship, their support, and their remarkable creativity. This gravitational influence that artists have on the gallery continues today, perhaps more than ever. We have a show up in the gallery now. This is a bit of a plug. We have a show up featuring, actually you saw some images of it in the video, featuring work by three emerging Indigenous artists, Stella Null, Monica Brings Yellow, and Aspen Decker. And I can already feel their impact on the decisions we're making for the future. It's the gallery that is gently pulled into the orbits of their massive talent, not the other way around. So any honor awarded to Radius is by definition awarded to the artists whose work we've been fortunate enough to exhibit. They show us what's possible, beautiful, righteous, and occasionally sublime. Their job is to show us things we've never seen, and our job is to look closely. Radius Gallery provides a venue for that, and it's very nice to know our efforts are appreciated. So thank you very much.
Since this award is about business support, I wanted to briefly address that side of things. It's a strange mix if you're from a humanities background like Jason and I are, to put your efforts toward the business of art and switching to a business of art. In my pre-Radius career as a literature professor, I taught the histories of Western art. So in this kind of study, art across time, ancient to modern, what you see and what you can't miss is how many artists we regard as classics and established nearly fell from history because they couldn't make a living. Samuel Johnson, Charles Dickens, James Joyce, D.H. Lawrence, John Steinbeck, those are just a few white guys. More difficult are marginalized artists, women, people of color, people with disabilities, people whose art was shunned for their sexuality or just mere eccentricity. As we set up the business side of Radius, we set our intention to pay attention to how artists make a living in our community. I was so happy to hear the mayor address that as well tonight. The annual measures of our business that we share with our team always include statistics about how much we were able to impact Missoula's economy, tourist community, and a dollar amount that we were sending to artists. And so when Heather told us of this award, our gallery manager, Megan Assine, whose love for spreadsheet...
Fired, by the way. Fired.
whose love for spreadsheets and pie charts knows no bounds, dug into our past reporting and compiled some statistics that I have to admit surprised me. So I want to share a few with you. In the last 10 and a half years, Radius has exhibited the works of over 700 artists. During that time, we've sold 21,000 individual artworks, 80% of those to artists from this region. For dollar amounts to artists, the year we first started, 2014, we were ecstatic to write over 30,000 in checks to artists. During the 3 pandemic years, 2020 to 22, that number had risen exponentially, and we sent over $500,000 per year directly to our artists. Thank you. Last year, our 10th anniversary, we dispersed over $600,000 to local and regional artists. During that same year, 2024, we saw over 27,000 visitors to the gallery, 13,000 at our events and openings. And that's not counting First Friday, where we averaged 700 people in 4 hours. And we're all introverts. We have to put a bag on our head at the end of the night. Some of our biggest numbers come from our annual holiday show, where in 2 months we exhibit around 1,500 artworks by 130 artists. And that show sees upwards of 5,000 in-person visitors. Our e-commerce initiative, which was launched during the pandemic, has sent Montana art all over the world. Just in the last 2 years, we've been able to expand the market for Montana artists by shipping over 500 artworks per year to all 50 states and 11 countries. Just from January to May this year, 5 months, our website has received over 10,000 unique visitors. And here's the number that kind of knocked my socks off, and that I'd never looked at before. Megan brought it to me. Since we opened, our small little gallery has paid out over $3,500,000 to our talented artists. And we've done this without competing with the the other art orgs for grants or donations, except wine. We're always taking donations of wine. We did it with a great team of fervent believers, a fabulous community like yourselves, super talented artists, and the undeniable power of art. We didn't start the fire here in Missoula's art community, but it has been the extreme pleasure and honor of our lifetimes to squirt a little gasoline on it. Thank you.
Thank you, Lisa, Jason. I just want to take a quick moment to recognize the Arts Missoula board, who's tireless in their dedication to the organization. Can you just wave so we can appreciate you and clap at you? Thank you. And I would like to welcome our board chair and dear friend, Shannon Flanagan, to the stage.
She's doing a good job, right? All right. This year we're beginning a new tradition. We're going to start recognizing our outgoing board members with a small token of appreciation for their dedication to Arts Missoula. So I'd like to call Jack Sturgis to the stage. Bring both your good knees up here, Jack. I read better on my left.
Yeah, well, you hear better that way.
I do, yeah,
I
that's
know.
right. To our friend Jack Sturgis, in honor of your tireless service, brilliant ideas, and uncanny ability to dish up a witty joke at a moment's notice, it's the truth. Your leadership made a huge impact on Arts Missoula, and we are forever grateful for your service to the board of directors. Jack, there you go, my friend. And that's not all. We can't let Jack leave without the bourbon. You want to say a few words?
Thank you very much. And I got on this board knowing nothing about art, or knowing very few artists in the city of Missoula. But I was an educator for 34 years, and I saw the power of art in my classroom every day. And when Spark Arts came...
It was tilting.
She does a great job. When Spark Arts came, when teachers took on the mantle of being teachers of art, knowing nothing about art, when we fought against having art taken from us, musically and by pen and pencil, it became a real mission for us to hold on to that. And I speak for all of teachers in the city of Missoula and around the country that we work hard to make a difference for kids. And the connection you see when kids connect to art, when they have the right or the ability to express themselves that way, when it's freedom to do something that's not in the curriculum, but means something to them, it changes their world. And I thank you all for all you do to keep this alive in our classrooms, because this is where the artists in the future come from. So thank you very much.
All right. As we celebrate the remarkable artists, makers, and culture creators in this room, I know I'm preaching to the choir. I think I heard that earlier tonight. When I remind you that art has immeasurable worth with measurable support. It's the best value proposition since free love. Yet in this time of abundance, it feels like we're measuring support in microscopic increments. So like so many of us across the country, Arts Missoula is fearing the weight of federal funding cuts to the arts and humanities. In the face of this, We know that Missoula is in love with its culture, and we know Missoulians want more of that vibe, not less of that vibe. Herein lies the conundrum of virtually every artist faces, the more with less conundrum. So our challenge at Arts Missoula is to balance that equation. At Arts Missoula, we show up every day because we know you value what you see here today, the creativity, the connection, and the realization of community. I'm asking you to stand with us to keep the vibe alive. Missoula without that vibe is not the same Missoula that we all love. Now, as much as ever, we need each other. So tonight, I'm asking you to please make a donation to magnify the work of Arts Missoula and all of the artists in this room. You'll find donation envelopes on your tables, or you can scan the QR code on your program that will lead you straight to our donation page. From the boardroom of Arts Missoula, I want to say thank you for being an audience. Thank you for being an opinion to lean into. Thank you for being the wisdom that keeps us on our path. And thank you for exercising your senses. And thank you for sharing your emotions. Thank you for hearing us tonight. And thank you for being with us today. And before I leave, I want to invite you all to join us on June 14th. This is earlier in the day. So if you want to go participate in a particular parade later in the day, you'll be able to do that as well. At Fort Missoula Regional Park to celebrate our sister city, Palmerston North, New Zealand. Enjoy a special bench dedication with Mayor Davis. The bench is carved by the Carousel Pony Carvers and John Thompson. Plus, we're going to be playing croquet. We're going to be serving kiwi-styled ice cream and rugby with the Missoula Maggots. I'm not exactly sure how that's going to work. Are we playing rugby or are you playing rugby?
Just touch.
Oh, okay. Touch rugby. Two-hand touch? Okay. Details can be found about this event on our website at artsmissoula.org, and we hope to see you there. Thank you.
I'll be playing croquet. Thank you, Shannon. Teleprompter stopped. Next, we'd like to celebrate and honor an exceptional organization whose contributions to our community show great promise for stewardship and creativity in the future, because you're doing so many amazing things already. So it's with great pleasure we get to recognize the New to the Zoo Award, nominated by Cynthia Greaves and Megan Everingham. And Cynthia, our newest board member, also has a keen eye for nominating great people and places. So thanks, Cynthia. And let's learn a little bit more about our New to the Zoo awardee.
In an era when access to art often comes at a cost, a group of Missoulians asked, what if it didn't? What if creativity could begin with something as simple and generous as a gift? Tonight, we're proud to present the New to the Zoo Award to Giving Art to Missoula, a nonprofit that has made a profound and joyful mark on our community in just over a year. Founded in 2023, Giving Art to Missoula, affectionately known as GAM, was created with a clear and powerful mission: to rescue art materials from landfills and put them into the hands of those who need them most. Whether you're a student, a teacher, a professional artist, or simply curious to explore, GAM believes you deserve the means to create. From its cozy, welcoming space on Sherwood Street near the West Side Theater, GAM operates its free art materials, FAM, program, providing new and gently used supplies to over 100 visitors each week. People of all ages, from toddlers to elders, stop by to select materials that inspire, empower, and ignite imagination. But GAM is more than a clever reuse center. It has quickly become a community connector. It fosters relationships between those giving and those receiving, building a shared investment in the creative process. Each donation tells a story, and each recipient carries that story forward as new art. Through community partnerships, education, and events, GAM is committed to helping Missoula artists overcome barriers and bring their ideas to life. In a lovely gesture, the organization recently launched the Sky Burns Music Division in memory of a beloved supporter. This extension of their work offers free and low-cost instruments and music books thanks to donations from the University of Montana and local musicians, ensuring that the sound of creativity is just as accessible as the visual. Whether supporting the Fairy Tales and Superheroes Festival, helping homeschool families stretch their budgets, or simply bringing joy to those who walk through the door, Giving Art to Missoula is showing that inclusion, sustainability, and generosity can spark a cultural movement. For their approach to creative access, commitment to sustainability, and the sense of joy they've brought to so many in a short time they've been open, we are excited to present the 2025 New to the Zoo Award to Giving Art to Missoula. Welcome and congratulations.
Please welcome Amber Kurzenbaum and Aki Bemler, Giving Art to Missoula.
You have to keep that, don't give it away.
Yeah, there are some things we keep. Well, this is fantastic. Everyone has had such brilliant words that we just talk about every day with all of our artists that come through the door. So yeah, we're babies. We've been open for a year. With all our hard work and perseverance, come unknown difficulties, but also rewards. And this is our first award. So we're just so excited to show it off in the store. And I'm glad it came from Arts Missoula because we really look up to them. At GAM, every day we're delighted and excited through every artist, family, date night, baby. We help schools, we help other nonprofits by providing them low barrier art supplies, hobby supplies, music, anything, really, because people donate way more than just art supplies. We get some pretty cool things. We just love the joy and the stories that they bring in. We're more than like a retail store. We always every person who comes in has a story, whether it's the craft that they're making or just, they need help because their grandma is about to pass and they need to get rid of their beautiful, valuable quilting supplies. And we graciously accept the challenge, and we've met so many people because of this. We've gone to their houses and helped them rummage through things. We're just very personable because it's just the two of us right now. So Akilesh and I have built GAM from the ground up as two Missoula artists, born and raised. We're just so excited. So this award will remind us that we're on the right path and to keep going. And I just want to say thanks to everyone here that I know and have met through GAM and through the partnerships that we will make in the future. So thank you.
I just have to say that it's incredibly humbling and validating to be here amongst all of you fantastic and wonderfully respected artists. It's a little mind-blowing, but it's also inspiring to meet the challenge, and we'll continue to strive towards excellence. Thank you.
Raffles. Maddie, it's time. It's time. Okay, so if you bought a raffle ticket, grab that. But we're actually going to start with the door prize. So the University of Montana Entertainment Management program donated 2 season tickets to the Missoula Children's Theater Community Series for next year, so starting in the fall, going all the way through next spring. There's 5 shows. Sometimes people up here direct them, and they're okay, so come. They're really, really fabulous. Okay, so this is for the door prize for the tickets. It's like the sorting. Jack Sturgis. Okay. I think you have to bring somebody in the room and share that bourbon with them if you take it. And then second prize, we have an Arts Missoula bag. We've got a stein, we've got tokens, we've got a hat, we've got patches, we've got New Year's Eve tickets, there's all stickers, cool stuff. Bob Homer. Congratulations, Bob and Jack. Okay. And now for the $500 Radius gift card. Oh, I know, so exciting. We did a trade earlier in the fall for our featured ads in the newsletter to help promote the holiday show at Radius. And so we got this gift card, and I've been hanging on to it forever. Yesterday I lost it. It fell behind my desk. Freaked out. Anyway, I have it now. It's here. Okay. We're looking at the numbers. Oh, for the love of Pete. Okay, you better do this, ma'am. Younger eyes.
639281.
Oh my God. Oh. Wait, do you work at Radius? Oh, congratulations. And before we get to our final award, I just want to thank you all again for being here. It really is pretty incredible to see these humans in this room together, the way that you're showing up for each other and you're staying and listening and being thoughtful, and maybe you'll walk away and contemplate, what the arts mean to our lives and how important it is to make sure that they stay inside of our lives. So thank you for being here. Our one final award of the evening is the John Engen Cultural Ambassador Award, and that is given to an individual who has supported Missoula art community or has helped advance arts and cultural diplomacy either through volunteer, administrative, philanthropic, professional, or legislative efforts. Many thanks to Tom Benson, who nominated our next winner, and he does know how to pick good people, I guess. So let's find out a little bit more about our Cultural Ambassador winner.
Tonight we honor a visionary whose leadership has shaped Missoula's cultural landscape for over 30 years. The 2025 John Engen Cultural Ambassador Award is presented to Laura Millen, Executive Director of the Missoula Art Museum. Laura came to Missoula in 1990 after 10 impactful years immersed in the contemporary art scene in Seattle. She co-founded the International Festival of Films by Women and helped establish the Center on Contemporary Art. What started as a leap of faith, following her heart and her passion for the arts, evolved into a lifelong legacy that has defined MAM's growth and spirit. Under Laura's leadership, the Missoula Art Museum has transformed from a small county agency in a converted Carnegie Library into a nationally accredited, independent nonprofit with a vibrant downtown presence. In 2006, Laura led a capital campaign that supported a $5.3 million renovation and expansion of the Missoula Art Museum and the creation of the Missoula Art Park in 2015, thereby deepening the museum's connection with the city it serves. Laura's hands-on approach to leading the museum has earned her the deep respect of staff, board members, and artists, or as she likes to call them, her mamily. Laura has done everything from steering the museum's strategic direction, expanding its collections and programs, to maintaining its facilities. MAM is a labor of love for Laura and represents her life's work. Through her visionary leadership, Ma'am established a permanent collection celebrating Montana's diversity and showcasing indigenous artists. Today, Ma'am holds over 2,000 works, including pieces from more than 250 Native artists. This commitment has positioned the Missoula Art Museum as a national model for culturally respectful curation. Education has been a central component of Laura's mission. She has championed innovative programming for all ages and ensured that Ma'am remains accessible to everyone by upholding the free admission policy. Her belief that museums are places of relevance, dialogue, and growth has benefited and inspired generations. Laura has served on the boards of over a dozen nonprofit organizations and received several awards for her leadership, fundraising, and community service. Her influence extends beyond Missoula, as she has elevated our city's voice in the national arts conversation and helped define what it means to be a community-anchored museum. Laura has announced her retirement in the year of Ma'am's 50th anniversary. To honor her impact and ensure a seamless transition, the Missoula Art Museum Board of Directors has established the Laura's Legacy Fund. This initiative aims to support Ma'am's continued growth and help identify the next leader to build on Laura's remarkable legacy. Laura remains deeply invested in the future of Ma'am and Missoula's broader arts community. She believes in the power of partnership, artistic freedom, and preserving the museum's roots while nurturing innovation. Tonight, we celebrate Laura Mellon's extraordinary service, unwavering dedication, and the enduring spirit she has infused into Missoula's creative culture. Please join us in recognizing her with a
Thank you, thank you. I am grateful. Thank you, Tom Benson, Arts Missoula, for the honor of this award. John Engen would definitely be among those I owe a debt of gratitude to. He was proud to be Ma'am's landlord. And he touted it to anyone who would listen, especially mayors from other towns in Montana. Every town in Montana should have a museum in the downtown, he would say. Not for economic development, but because it's good for the soul. That was John Engen. Ma'am's founders shared that vision, and out of a citizen assembly, created a free public art museum that embraced heritage, contemporary art, and social change from the start. Thank you, Mayor Turman, for giving Ma'am the use of the Carnegie Library building, and to the County Commission, who gave Ma'am a mill levy support from the start. It's important to understand how invested local government has been in the arts in Missoula for 50 years. We have stood on those good shoulders at Ma'am, at the intersection between culture, citizens, and civic spaces, and have developed Ma'am into a place of beauty, hope, and compassion, while maintaining free admission and free expression for 50 years. And how have we done that? By living our values and our guiding principles, rooted in place but open to the world, being not neutral, not authoritative, fostering care, a process of open inquiry, supporting artists, fighting for artistic freedom, working in coalition, both locally and statewide, promoting social justice, giving Native artists space, integrating accessibility throughout the institution, commitment to ethical practices that nurture people. 35 years ago, at the age of 35, I became the director of MAM, full of ambition and a deeply held belief in the power of art and art education to change lives. I had a vision. Well, vision is inspiring, but cannot come to fruition without the core values, without the hard work, heavy lifting, and passion of a collective, united by shared core values and goals. And MAM's collective has been just that, a community with deeply dedicated staff member. My steady crew is here tonight. And Steve Glucker, Curator Emeritus, is also with us tonight. And committed board members, many of whom are also in this room and have been in this room. There have been hundreds of them. And also board leaders, importantly. And some of the best in MAM's history are with us tonight. We have Maynan Ellingson, Brian Sippy, and Martin Burke here tonight. Thank you so much. Thank you for your service. All working together as a team and supported by generous members and donors. Many of you are among those. And of course, as I've said, local government. And I mean not just the mayors. We've had the mayors behind us for years, and the commissioners, but so many folks in so many departments in local government have assisted us. Too many to mention. And of course, many foundations. I am so grateful to all in MAM's collective. I want to give a special shout out to my family. My daughter Amelia is here tonight, and especially my husband Craig for incredible support and sacrifice. Thank you. Now, we are in disorienting times with an assault on museums, libraries, and free expression again. In 1994, I served on the board for the National Coalition for Freedom of Expression, and we fought successfully to defend artists in court whose grants were threatened, and to lobby for the reauthorization of the NEA and the NEH. And we won those battles. Today, however, the threats are so broad, and taken together, it is an attack on our collective well-being. Now, we need to pull our arts sector together and to work to strengthen our connectedness across artistic disciplines, but also to develop new intersectional coalitions. We need to support youth especially, and stand together as a community that cares deeply. We can do that. I'm honored, so honored to be honored by you, my community, my friends and colleagues. Thank you.
Thank you for all being here for tonight. I'd love to have one final round of applause for our awardees as you come to the stage for a picture. So awardees, come on up. One final round of applause. This is gonna feel like prom for a second, where you proud parents get to watch your
Sorry, I need to steal somebody's chair. Can we move that at all? The podium, can we switch it just a little bit?
Sure. You're so strong. You're so strong. You're so strong. That was really
All right. Everybody say arts.